For the past 2 years, I've been making Skyrim content with the main goal of creating fun videos based on Skyrim for everyone to watch and enjoy. However, it would seem as though there has always been this hidden side quest that I had tasked myself with. The quest to utilize the power of mods to recreate the world of Skyrim how I see fit. You see, Skyrim is one of those games that we as players and creators are so lucky to have. For Skyrim is both easily moddable, but also, and much more importantly, Skyrim has a large number of incredibly dedicated and incredibly talented modders that share their work with others. Because of this, it would seem that I have somewhat accomplished this quest to recreate this 12-year-old masterpiece. So today, I'm presenting you folks with my reimagined version of Skyrim. I give you my mod list. I call it SwurvRim. I named it myself and I think it's quite good. SwurvRim is a list of over 260 mods that overhaul the entire game of Skyrim, while also keeping the original feel of what Bethesda made for us 12 years ago. From overhauling the visuals and lighting, to the gameplay mechanics and combat, to updating the UI menus and adding new characters to encounter, this list attempts to take what Skyrim was and just give it a healthy boost to create a more in-depth and immersive world. In this video, I will go over some of the highlights from the mod list and why I think they make Skyrim better overall. This video is done in collaboration with the T-Rex Army. There will be a link in the description below for their Discord, as well as a link to this mod list so you can play it yourself. If modding Skyrim and seeing it for what it could be is something that you're into, there should be a subscribe button nearby so you can catch all my videos. There's a lot to go over here, so let's get started. I wanted to start out this list by discussing the visual side of the mod list first. The most important part of your visuals in Skyrim, at least in my opinion, is whether you're going to be utilizing ENB lighting or something else like community shaders. I have been a longtime ENB appreciator. I can't seem to stand looking at Skyrim anymore without an ENB installed. The thing about ENB lighting is that ENB doesn't do much without a solid preset installed alongside it. I recently upgraded my video card and was able to finally install some of the beefier ENB presets. After a lot of searching, I found a preset which I don't think that I will ever uninstall. It's called Cabbage ENB and it's absolutely amazing. Installing this preset alongside all of its requirements will give you what I like to call immersive crispness. With mods like Lux and EVLAS working properly, it gives the lighting in Skyrim an immersive feel that has surprised me on so many occasions. Mix this all together with Obsidian Weathers and several other mods that adjust the shadows, and you have yourself a beautifully lit Skyrim with bright and vivid daytimes, dark and eerie night times, realistic vision blurring when looking at something up close, and the indoor lighting is especially nice around windows, giving my Skyrim a certain elegance that it didn't have before. The list also includes some heavy-hitting texture mods that really bring that immersive crispness to Skyrim that I was talking about before. Some of the highlights definitely include Skyrim 2020X by, and forgive my pronunciation, PF Usher. There are a few different mods included from this author, and they are all amazing. Also included is the Static Mesh Improvement mod, or SMIM for short, which cleans up all the tiny little things that Bethesda didn't take the time to add detail to during the production of Skyrim. Other indoor areas of the game are retextured thanks to mods like Ruins Clutter Improved and Underground FOMod. To overhaul the great cities of Skyrim, the list uses JK's All-in-One, the Great Town series, and Cities of the North. What I really like about these mods is that the cities look absolutely stunning, but you can still tell that they are the same cities that you always knew and loved. After leaving the great cities and dungeons of Skyrim, you can travel on detailed roads thanks to blended roads and the landscape part of the 2020X from PF Usher. There are also overhauls to the road signs and many of the other structures such as all the rocks, big and small out there in Skyrim. You also enjoy views of the great mountains of the region thanks to the 8K version of True Nordic Mountains. Mountains and trees go hand in hand. To overhaul the flora and fauna of Skyrim, This list utilizes several mods. For the trees, the standout mods are realistic aspen trees alongside simply bigger trees. These two in combo with Traverse the Ulvenwald, pronunciation again, thank you. The trees and forests of Skyrim are fresh, vibrant, and full of detail. Under these beautiful trees, you'll see detailed grass thanks to mods such as Videsabrom regions and the simple mod called grass lighting. For my water mod, I went with water for ENB. The name kinda says it all. My ENB preset is amazing in Cabbage ENB, and the water from this mod is gorgeous as well as customizable. With both lighting and textures covered, that pretty much covers how I've overhauled how the game looks. Now let's talk about how I've changed up how Skyrim feels. To me, something that Skyrim has always gotten right is its NPCs. I know they were and still are a bit buggy, but they were still great even for a 12-year-old game. However, the NPCs of Skyrim still are a large reason as to why Skyrim is such a great game. So what do we do with that? We take that awesomeness and we turn it up to 11 with great mods like Diverse Skyrim SE, Immersive Wenches, and perhaps my second favorite mod ever, Interesting NPCs. Be sure you get all the patches for these mods so your NPCs bug out less though. In an effort to not make the children of Skyrim continue to look incredibly weird, this list utilizes the kids are alright to give them a fresh look. To make all of these characters look amazing, SwurvRim comes complete with many mods to overhaul these models. One NPC mod I want to give a special shout out to is Glam Ysoldo. Just take a look, you'll understand. These mods come together to create more than just eye candy though. I put in these mods to increase the amount of interesting things that could happen amongst the people of Skyrim. There are several cool followers amongst the list as well. I've been really enjoying Sophia lately. She's an amazing addition to Skyrim who brings a lot of fun to the game. If you're like me and you can't seem to pick a favorite follower, then you'll appreciate amazing follower tweaks, which adds a ton of great features for followers, such as being able to have more than just one at a time. This list doesn't just include additions to the friendly people and places of Skyrim. There are a few mods here that add many extra dangers to the lands of Skyrim. Mods such as Skyrim Immersive Creatures, Immersive World Encounters, and Diverse Dragons will add incredible amounts of new and interesting dangers to Skyrim. What's great about these mods is how much customization they offer, as they have MCM menus that are full of great options. Since we're on the topic of enemies, let's talk about combat mods. When I thought about what I wanted out of Skyrim's combat, I realized that I did want it to be overhauled, but I didn't want it to be too intense like some of the other popular mod lists. That being said, I did want the dodge roll from combat gameplay overhaul in this list. Combining the ability to quickly dodge with mods like Precision makes Skyrim's combat come to life in ways that you never thought possible. Precision has slowly become a contender for my favorite mod ever. It feels so good to hit things in Skyrim now. This is a must-have mod for me. Blade and Blunt is what we'll be using to overhaul the numbers of Skyrim's combat. This is a simple mod that makes the game a bit more challenging, as well as changes the resource management of characters in Skyrim. While this does add a bit of challenge to the game, it does make it more rewarding at the same time. I'm going to take this time in the combat section of this video to cover another all-star mod, at least for your third-person playthroughs. True Directional Movement is literally the mod that I chose to go through the process of downgrading Skyrim to 1.5.97 for. If there is a mod that makes Skyrim actually feel, well, different, then it's this one. Moving around in all directions without backing up like a fool feels really great. This mod really is something I never thought I would see come to Skyrim, but here we are today and I'm so happy with it. True Directional Movement requires the mod TrueHUD to function properly, as well as enabling this auto lock feature, which you can do a lot of cool things with. When these mods are working together with Precision and the ability to dodge, SwurvRim does in fact still completely overhaul Skyrim's combat, but to me it doesn't feel like overkill. Skyrim's magic systems in vanilla were awful, and I knew I wanted to do something about them in a really big way for this mod list. Mysticism was going to be a must-have for the list, as it is a complete overhaul and rebalancing of Skyrim's magic systems. It also adds some new spells as well, combining mysticism with the handful of perk overhauls that I have working together, and you finally have a fun magic system in Skyrim. The aforementioned perk overhauls also do a great job at opening up the build diversity that you can achieve in Skyrim. New powers and mechanics that weren't previously possible are now available. None of them seem to be too overpowered or game-breaking. They seem to all be simply new things to add new ways to play the game, thus breathing new life and adding more immersive experiences to your playthroughs. I especially like how I can now play as a poison mage if I want to, and that tripwire ability is incredibly fun and immersive. Speaking of immersion, let's cover some of the mods on the list that are simply there to make you fall even more into the world of Skyrim. Civil War Battlefields is a mod that is so simple, yet adds so much to a playthrough. How are we supposed to believe that Skyrim was this land torn by war if the only battles that happened were the battles that the Dragonborn participated in? For some extra visual immersion, immersive equipment displays makes your character look awesome with all your gear you're carrying showing up all the time if you choose. If you're looking to delve deeper into worshipping the many gods and goddesses of the Elder Scrolls universe, then look no further than the mod Winter Sun. Adding different things you need to do to worship your god of choice for the chance to earn some bonuses for your character adds a lot of fun and immersion to the game. Really cool mod. Skyrim's Got Talent is a mod that finally allows the player to be a bard in Skyrim. It adds a whole new system for being a bard that is both fun and interesting. I've promised another bard playthrough to some people, still no date confirmed on that yet guys, sorry. To give the user interface a fresh look, the list is using the ever popular Sky UI with a preset that I really enjoy. It's called Dear Diary, and it gives Skyrim's UI a clean look across all the menus and loading screens. This, combined with a custom crosshair and an in-game clock and calendar, really does it for me in terms of user interface. I'm going to wind this video down with some of the other mods that didn't quite have a category, but I wanted to include anyway. All the different weapon and armor mods included are there for if I want them for a playthrough. There are a few different animations from the Vannergan family of mods that I liked, so I also included them in the list. There's a handful of different mods that will enable different roleplay options for you as well. Things like lightsabers plus Jedi and Sith armor if that was your thing. I also have Random Alternate Start Reborn, aka Rasser, enabled so I can quickly skip the Helgen intro and get into a new character. All the different mods that add stuff to do such as missives. I could go on, but the last and final mod shoutout must go to Swearing Mudcrabs. Those little jerks get everything they deserve and more, so they might as well be dropping F-bombs on their way out. Yes, in case you didn't know this about me, I hate mudcrabs. That's it. That's some of the highlights from my mod list, SwurvRim. I have put a ton of time into modding Skyrim, and I've been really enjoying seeing what I can do with it. If you made it this far into the video, I do thank you. If you like this video and want to see more like it, do leave a comment and all the clicks to let me know. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and catch all my videos here. I also live stream over on Twitch, that link will be in the description below. My chat and I always have a great time, and it'd be awesome to have you there too. Shout out to the folks over in the Hobby House Discord server, as well as my Twitch mods. You all know who you are, and it's been great talking Skyrim with you. Once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. For now, goodbye.